How are we all doing? So, I got this rather intriguing email from someone that I taught a while ago now, a few years ago. I won't mention names, but he's heard a rumour about the Mini 2, or should I say, everything sub 250 grams. And he's heard, as you can see, there's a bit of a rumour around the rules could change where you could fly, say the Mini 2, anything sub 250 grams. Now, what do we know about this? Where do I start? Where do I start? Now, first off, we do know that CAP 722 is undergoing a bit of a rewrite and review. So this is where things could start to change. So that's number one. There is the potential for something to happen here. Which way would it go? Now, we're going to show you now a little snapshot of Paris. So in Europe, it's slightly different depending where you are. So EASA regs, bit of blah blah, but basically sub 250 grams, the rules are generally the same across EASA, but not exactly the same. They are subtle differences. Could we end up getting one of those changes here? Because it wouldn't be hard to do. Remember, the CA did change the wording for sub 250 gram drones. They made it so if it could record video, you had to register, which is why the Mini 2, you have to register. If there's no camera on the drone and no way to record, you don't have to register sub 250 grams. Remember, these little changes in wording have happened before to things. So we've got our little map of Paris here, and you can see your no-fly zones is everywhere in Paris. Basically, if you're going to fly a sub 250 gram drone, they basically are saying you cannot overfly other people's property at all. End of. However, the rule that does apply to this, you would have to go and get the owner's permission because of privacy rules. So here in France, for example, in all the built-up areas, you couldn't overfly your neighbour's back garden at all unless they agreed to it. Yes, and this is the kind of thing that could happen here. They may turn around and go, okay, you've got to have permission to overfly your neighbour, or you've got to have a permission to overfly other properties. So they're not saying you can't take off from your back garden, but they're now saying, well, actually, we're going to change the rules slightly, same as they did with the registration. They could just put that subtle change in. Well, actually, because of the camera, because of privacy, you cannot overfly other people's property without their permission. So you'd have to go and get that permission. Now, as I say, you know, I've looked at this. I've got the email. I've tried looking as best I can. If they are going to change the rules, it will be just that subtle wording they're going to do, like I say with the registration. And it could be because there's been a lot of Mini 2s being flown, a lot of complaints, etc., that they will find a way just to nip things in the bud a bit if they can. And this could be one of those ways. So yeah, this could be potentially interesting. We're just going to have to wait for that CAP 722 review to come out. But it looks like, you know, we adopted the EASA rules, they were brought into UK law, it's about interpretation. Could we adopt the French way of doing things? It is a possibility. But at this time, I'm afraid there's nothing written in stone to my knowledge. But, as I said, CAP 722 is under review, so it could get interesting. Right, that's it for this one. Take care, safe flying, and hit like and subscribe. Or not, or don't bother. But you can if you want, but you don't have to. Safe flying, everyone. Cheers.